Hello, welcome to another new video. So in today's video, we'll be doing a summary of the Supervision Rock and Mica watercolors. For the past few weeks, I've been doing the swatches for the 4 sets of colors, the Flower Fire, Ocean Paradise, Mermaid Coast, and the Gift of Whale. So for if you like to see how the colors swatch, you are welcome to go and look at all the videos that I've made. In this video, I'll be talking about their Lightfastness, differences between the 4 sets, and how you should use them. They can be viewed as different sets in this way, like the Ocean Paradise, for Flower Fire and Mermaid Coast. They are considered like one type, a single type of colors or set of colors that you can use. And the Gift of Whale is actually on its own because it's slightly different. If you look at the swatches, you also understand that this one does not really visibly give you a lot of differences, like, oh, it's not as colorful as D3. Reason being because this one can be used for mixing, and these are just used on their own. 3 sets here, they contain some sort of mica powder together with a watercolor pigment. The one that came up the most actually is PG7. So PG7 is phthalo green. So phthalo green is one of those like very strong bluish green color, and it's a non-granulating color. So it's found in 309, 312, 307, 316, 303, and 330. This one. It's also found as a mixture in 317 here, and it's also found in a mixture with PB15 in 304. This one, okay, 304, 319 over here, and 320, this one, okay. And another pigment that is quite commonly used in all the 3 sets is the PR146. I've not found a lot about PR146, but I know it's a bluish red pigment that is very commonly found in oil paints, not really in watercolor. It's found in 305, 318, 310. And it's also found together mixture with PB28, 311, and it's also found as a mixture with PB36 and in 327 here. And after that, we do have like colors, example like PB23, it's in 322 over here, 308, I think it's here, this one. And there's also PR122, so PBR7, PB29, PV19, PB28, PB15, and PY3. So these are the pigments that are used. And if you are familiar with Supervision, these are like the common colors that they use. So what I've noticed from the colors that they've used is that they have used a lot of these non-granulating pigments. They have only used 3 or 4. Not the granulating ones. Now these are actually 2 pigments that are made from plants. They are beautiful. So those 2 are 314 and 315. These are very beautiful colors, but you will see in the Lightfastness test how they fare, okay? When they mix the colors, they do consider like the pairing between the glitter, the mica that's being used, and also the actual like watercolor that have used. So they try not to use the same because you do not want to have the same colors. That will not give you a lot of variation. So when they mix, they try to do some sort of like a like a purple plus a gold, so that it looks like very different and there's some sort of separation when that pigment or when that mica comes out. So that's how it works. And how you use this watercolors. In fact, Supervision has actually provided some sort of instruction how to use this. You have to first wet the paper that you're going to paint with, squeeze that, dilute the paint out, and then just drop the colors in. So that's how you should use this. That's according to Supervision's instruction. What then is the difference between this and the Gift of Whale? So the Gift of Whale here, it's just mica. There's nothing else. It's just mica color. There's no like watercolor mixed with it. So you see a lot of these are really, you don't see much colors with it. This one, there is a bit of brown, and here are these colors, and this one is like quite pale. There's no colors to it. So the main purpose of these Gift of Whale, you should mix it. Like, this is the ultimate mixing set if you would like to use this for making your own special magical colors. And according to Supervision, there are 2 ways to mix it. So first way, they for the interference color, is to just squeeze your transparent color, watercolor into a plate, onto your palette, mix this interference colors in, mix it and paint and wait. And after it dries, you'll be able to see this interference. Like for the Chamlin colors to the Mica colors, you should mix it together, the transparent watercolor that you have with these gift of whale colors, drop it into the piece of art that you have, and just let that color move around. So that's how you use it. I think another way you can use it, or I at least what I think is, you could have this as like a glaze over. So you do have at the bottom, I would suggest using a staining color. Do that, like paint that area down, the staining color, and then just add this on top of it. So let that dry and then add this at the top, and you do use this like normally like a glitter color. And of course, if you do have certain areas that are dark, you see these kind of glittery part coming up, and certain areas that are not so, you get another colors. So let's examine their light fastness to see if they are any better, or do they have the same problem as all Supervision colors. So as usual, how I did this is I actually painted the set of watercolor from top to bottom, and then I just leave one part in the sun and one part in my cupboard. So these are the control side. So, and things that are on the left side are control side. The swatches on the left side are control side, and those on the right side, they are the side that went onto the window for some baking. So I actually did it since for at least 5 months. So it went in on the 6th of July and it came out on the 10th of December. So remember, in Singapore, it's about 12 hours of sunlight, and sometimes it gets really, really hot and sunny. So it has been a tough time for all these paint. First set is Flower Fire. We do see some colors coming out. So for example, 301, that yellow just came off. For 302 and 303, there's slight differences. For 304, you can see that it looks a little bit purple here, but after sunning you lose a bit of that red. And the next set would be the 320, where that blue just disappears. So 320 is actually PG7 and PB15. I'm a bit surprised because PB15 is phthalo blue, so I don't know why and what happened to that phthalo blue, because phthalo blue is supposed to be light fast. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't use phthalo blue. I don't know. But a good thing that I must note, or I would like to kind of highlight here, is that the glitter didn't disappear. So you will lose some of those colors, but you do not lose the glitter. So pretty awesome. So the mica and the other the pigments don't get disappear in the sun. Okay. So some slight, there is light fastness issue. For Ocean Paradise, I would say for 305, that yellow is gone. I don't know, because it's supposed to be PR146, so I don't know. There's a little bit of yellow in there, but it's gone. So I wonder what happened. Maybe I copied the name. I mean, maybe the pigment that I copied was wrong. Okay, so 309 has a bit of loss as well, like yellow. 312, a very big difference, that yellow disappear. So 312, fortunately, is PG7, so I don't know what happened to that PG7. Maybe it's not PG7 that they use. Can someone tell me if PG7 is light fast or not? 317 is PY3, so we all know PY3 is not light fast, so it's gone. So you're only left with the silver. Then 312 and 322. So these two colors, there is a slight difference. I think some of that red disappear, and this one slightly, the slight red also disappear. So 321 and 323. There is like PR122 in here. There's PV23 here. So I don't know. Maybe there are other additive, like the color disappear. And 327 as well, you see that it used to be a bit of gray, and then it just that light red disappear, so you're only left with the blue. So the only colors that kind of last is 323 and 329. These are pretty lasting. Yeah, but most of it, you kind of lose a lot of that red color or yellow. So if it's a little bit yellowish, a little bit bluish, reddish, it just disappears. For Mermaid Coast, I think it fared a bit better, slightly. So you do see a bit of loss in 308, slightly, like the yellowish just disappear. 314 and 315, which are my favorite colors, which has the plant pigment, it's just gone. So I'm only left with the shimmer, right, the Mica pigment there, but everything else is just gone. I think it's some sort of a dye. So if you see plant, it means dye, right? Yeah, I guess it's kind of expected. 318, that it used to be purple, became blue, so that red is gone. And then at the last 326, you have it turning blue as well. So I think the PR122 is gone. Okay, so this one is slightly better. You 16, 324, 325, 313. Some of these are actually still there. So this one fares a bit better, but my favorite colors are gone. So, meh. Okay, and last but not least is this one that I think would be minimally affected because there isn't a lot of colors. Yeah, so as you can see, you don't see much of a difference. The only one that has some sort of a issue is 335, which has that red just disappears. So I think this one has some like red pigment added to it, or red dye or something. So this is the best. Like you don't really get much problem, because in fact like it shouldn't, because there shouldn't be any pigments added. So in general, I must say is these sets of colors do have the same issue as you know, well, Supervision colors is concerned. I'm not too confident about their light fastness, and they are not light fast. So yes, so just be careful if you're using them for an art piece that you would like to put on the wall. Just be really careful, or you can still use them, but scan it, print it out, and put it. But of course, then you don't see that glitter. But don't worry, I think the saving grace is that all the glitter still stays. So if you are like into the glitter, don't worry, it's there. All right, Flower Fire, Ocean Paradise, Mermaid Coast. They give you an idea of what you can do with these colors. But I'm not so confident about the watercolor pigments that they have provided. So, which is why I think the best buy out of the four, like, I don't know, I think it's not popular. My opinion is not popular, but I would actually get the gift of whale, because this in fact has no pigment. So you are in control. You use your own pigment, mix it with what they have. They have given, I think, quite nice range of colors that you can play with. I think there are makers who make this sort of like pigments. If I'm not wrong, Coliro is one. Another brand is probably Daniel Smith. They actually do have quite a lot of these colors. So you have these duochrome colors, you have the interference and the iridescence color. So I would presume the iridescence color is a little bit like Mica colors together with your pearlescence color. And then you do have different sort of interference. So they would be kind of close to the 338 to 340 colors. And the duochrome will be sort of your chameleon colors. These are the duochrome. Some of these duochrome are pretty nice, and then some of these are actually pretty close to what we actually see in the whale, gift of whale over here. So some of these are actually pretty close, right? And then you do have the set of interference color. They are like similar, very similar to what you see with the 338 to 340 over here. All right, and of course these are the iridescence color, very close, similar to the Mica colors here. So if you want a good range, either you get like, I think Daniel Smith is quite expensive, so if you like these colors, you can get a single tube of it. I think there are smaller sets that you can buy as an artist set that was kind of curated. So we reached the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed this summary and also the prior 4 videos that I did with all this swatching. I'm not sure if that has been helpful. If it has been helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not done so, and share with people if you think they are gonna buy something similar like this. Share this with them, okay? So yeah, I'll see you again in the next video, and bye bye.